Okay, so we are in for another treat, yet another treat. Now, this young man is described as young, dynamic and competitive, with a burning desire to make the world a better place by giving value to people and great ideas. And I can tell you that we have seen this in action because this young man also gifted his time and created the whole MOE website, which is a beauty. So I think that deserves a round of applause. And whilst we're and here he is. There is Alex, and I see your surname, Arghirescu?
It's great.
Yes, I said it great.
It's better than some of my fellow Romanians.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
Give it up, everyone, for Alex.
Hello, everybody. My God, feels like so. I'm so nervous to stand in front of you today. It's such an honor to be speaking in front of unique people with amazing achievements. And as I walked on the stage, I was really nervous because English is not my mother tongue, it's not even my second tongue, it's my third one. So I was thinking about, my God, what I'm going to tell these people, what if am I going to forget some of my catchphrases? But then, like standing here, being in front of you, I just realized that I'm standing in front of friends and family, and this is the MOE community, and it's just amazing. Thank you. I really want to thank the MOE community, and I'm really proud of being part of such an amazing team and being surrounded by people like you. And I think that nobody can disagree with me that the energy level in this room is amazing. Yep. So to start my story, I will tell you about Let me start again. Let's just start over. I will exit the stage and enter again. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, starting as a young ambitious guy, I was lucky enough to be born in an amazing family, and I always had my parents and my grandparents as an amazing source of inspiration that I could always look to when I needed motivation or determination. So I always dreamed of growing up and graduating from university, then getting a stable, well-paid job, and living a normal life. Having a family, retiring early, going to vacations. But my parents insisted that I should become an entrepreneur and I should quit high school and that I should risk everything for crazy ideas that I had that I didn't even know or had any clue that they will work. So before we move further, I can imagine the jaw drop faces of my parents as they will see me standing in front of you dressed up as a clown in the clothes that I'm wearing, and I thought it would be original, but Juan, where is Juan? He had a better suit, and you might ask yourself why would I do such a thing? Why would I dress up like a clown in front of you? Well, to be able to explain that better, I brought a label from my clothing company, so those clothes are from my clothing company, and thank you. Soon to be. And if we turn, I'm really going to hand this out to you, so you can go and read what's there, and you can, like, if you turn the tag on the other side, you can notice two big bold words standing out from the rest, and they are "be unique." So actually, this is our philosophy and the mindset of this clothing company, that of being unique in everything that we do, in the details that we make, and the quality that we'll produce for our customers. So why this mentality, being unique? Well, to be able to explain that, I will take you in a journey of my life, of the past 8 years of my life, a journey paved with great experiences that shaped me in the person that I am today. So, starting at 13 years old, I was owning one of the biggest online gaming forums in Romania for online games and online game tutorials. At 14 years old, I was so passionate about online games that I opened my own server. I wanted to have my own server. 5 months later, I had 6 servers, and I was paying them with the money that the community generated. At 15 years old, I learned so many things, and people were asking me, how do you do this and that? So I decided, why not open with some friends a programming community called Codebox, where we would learn people how to program, how to design, and we were just kids, but we helped a lot of people. At 16 years old, I created with one of my great friends and colleagues a Facebook app that quickly went viral. In 1 month, we gathered about 15,000 users, and we ended up on the local television. At 17 years old, I've spent like the whole year working like workaholic at a social game that I was so proud because we won so many contests and prizes, and it was a social game meant to help people who were sedentary get out of their homes and be like fit through playing. At 18 years old, I had already gathered numerous awards and prizes from web design contests, programming contests. I started to fell in love with online marketing and how you can generate passive income and how can you promote ideas and how you can promote people, how you can rank websites. Now, currently, as I told you, I'm in the course of launching my own clothing line. I'm a proud MOE Foundation member, and I'm a proud member of the MOE organization board, and I'm accredited coach, and my passion and my desire is to help as many people as myself find their voice and go out there and reach their goals. And as I tell you, all those milestones in my life, they look like they fit so perfectly in a chronological order, and they seem to be so easy. But I just want to tell you that life isn't easy always, and to make myself more clear, I would like to take you back this journey and share with you some of my more intimate experiences. And for that, I would like to take you back to September 2010, when my lovely grandfather died, and I was very, very close to him. And that happened on a Monday morning when I still was at school, and my grandfather died at age 73 because he was born with a malformation on his vena cava, which is the biggest vein in our body. And so his death was almost instantly, happened while I was at school. And I was really, really close to my grandfather. He was a great, great, great person. He spent the majority of time with me. We were living together, like in the same house, and each and every time my parents were away, were busy at work, he used to cook, he used to teach me, we used to spend time together, play chess, and so many things. And when that happened, I remember I came back from school to find a note that my father had left for me on the kitchen table. I didn't receive it. It seemed strange. The house was empty. Nobody was there. And as my eyes rolled through every letter of that paper, I remember I just needed air, and I just needed so much air I couldn't breathe. And that was the moment when I first realized, and I experienced one of the hardest questions, a question that scares me the most, and the question that I could never imagine could haunt you and hurt you in such a way. And that question is, what if? What if I had spent on that Sunday evening more time with my grandfather, as we usually did, and when we were playing our chess games? Or what if I would have spent more time with my grandfather in general throughout his life? But I couldn't know that he was about to die. So I didn't blame myself for that thing. But it was that moment that I realized how regret feels, and how powerful and how daunting it is to know that you could have done something and you didn't. What if you didn't quit your dream? Or what if you went and talked to that girl? But what if never goes to the arena? And what if never fails? What if never gets stronger? And what if will never be unique? Because what if lacks action, lacks devotement, lacks passion, and what if won't make it anywhere? So with that in mind, I remember shortly after, to make things even worse, 8 days after my grandfather's funeral, I was introduced to this amazing lady, beautiful lady named Monica. And Monica came there to help me choose which of my parents am I going to spend the rest of my life with, because they were getting divorced. And I could only apologize for her. I hope she will get to see this, because I threw like my water glass at her, and I can remember me screaming, her dark blue cheek, and I still regret like her phone getting wet. So yeah, moving on, I remember spending the next whole year just working like a robot, spending less time with my family, less time with my friends, and often falling asleep with my head on the desk because of the amount of work I was putting in the social game I taught you about. Sadly enough, after we finished it, although we won several contests, we applied for sponsorship for a Kickstarter campaign. It failed miserably. Even worse, our idea got stolen and implemented by somebody who already had money. So that was another lesson learned. And as soon as that happened, I remember at the end of the year, it was such a waste. I was ashamed of my physical condition. I was ashamed of the person I have become. I've become such a toxic person that none of my friends were willing to spend the time with me as they used to before. And I decided it was time for a change. So I had a rough conversation with my father. We went through a lot of stuff, and I realized that I have some skills that aren't worth hiding in the back of the desktop, in the back of a monitor. So 2 years later, I remember applying for university, and it was a disaster because I traded. It was a point where my inner voice was so weak that I didn't listen. I didn't listen to my passions. I traded the least walked path and the uniqueness for a safer path that society told me, or at least my judgment then told me that it was the right thing to do. Proved out to be such a stupid idea, because 2 years later I was dropping out of high school with a bitter taste in my mouth, regretting everything. The only positive thing in this period was my bank account, because I was in every day. I remember going to college and reading all articles on online marketing that I can get my eyes on, instead of listening to the teacher, because I wasn't interested. And I remember I had a small niche website at first. It made me a couple $100 a month. I got scammed and I lost it. And then I was so sad about that and enraged. And I used my a bit darker connections. And soon I began exploiting loopholes in social networks and generating loads of cash. I didn't steal from people. I just spammed the internet to that, and I'm sorry for that. And yeah, can you imagine a guy at my age with at the end of the first year at the university, I had $25,000 in my bank account saved, and I remember the upcoming months, I recklessly spent another $20,000 just wandering around and doing stupid things. And eventually reality, I took contact with reality again, in the form that eventually the loopholes were getting closed, and I was so stupid, I was stupid enough to think that I could find new ones, and usually a loophole would last about 1 or 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then you were back on the drawing board again, searching, and you weren't providing value to people, you were just making money and living out of that thing. So as soon, I remember watching my online empire crumble as I was traveling to Europe and spending money, and I was arrogant enough to think that when I would come back home, I would be able to find loopholes again. And I'm so sorry that I went I had a slower start, and now my time is over. But I will like to steal you another 5 minutes from your time, so I can reach the end of my story. Thank you very much. So that's pretty unique already. So I came back. I had no money at all. In the first week, I've lost another $3,000 in trying to quickly bring my lost empire back to life. To make the story even shorter, I invested another 2,000 for a total of 5,000, and they went to waste. And if it weren't for my father, I probably like spent and waste my whole money in trying to get my millionaire life back that I thought I deserved. And I ended up helping my father in a very tough period of his 25-year-old company's career, so that I gave him all the money that I had left. That after explaining him how on earth did I have the money, and how on earth wasn't I going to jail for the taxes I didn't pay. And it was fun enough because I watched his face change a few colors when I told him about my offshore bank accounts, and he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And then I realized I was broke, but I realized I had a story, and for the first time I had time to sit back and reflect. And reflecting, I've learned that I'd never spent enough time with my parents, so I could make them my friends. So by spending more time with my parents, I learned from my beautiful mother, who has like a 25-year-old career in medicine, and she helps young people fight leukemia. And she taught me that each and every day of our life, we should be grateful for each and every day of our lives, because somewhere somebody is fighting for each and every day of his life. And I had my beautiful father, who is like the best construction engineer I ever met. And he taught me that if you want to reach the fullest level of success, you need to be passionate about what you do. And then I had my both grandparents, one of them who proudly carries a World War II veteran badge, and he's 99 years old. And he would prefer rather to fall flat on his face than to be helped by somebody or to be considered weak. And then I had my other amazing grandfather, who taught me that unlike animals, we as people, we have the power and the chance to change our lives, and that we are unique. And I had my own experiences that taught me that money isn't a solution, and it doesn't matter the amount of money or how fast you make it. Without purpose, you're nothing. And to make the story even shorter, because the 5 minutes have already passed away, I just want to quote Raphael McManus, who said that we need to realize, and we don't need to forget, that we were imagined to imagine, that we were created to create, and that we are all works of art and all artists at work. And one thing I would really like for you to take away from my speech, even though I stuttered and I didn't finish it, is that the world needs and is in desperate need of more unique people. And please don't get fooled by society, and don't let society lower your voice or make you lose your ambition or your passions. And the one thing I'm going to say, and then I'll just finish, is that I'm not afraid. I learned not to be afraid of failure, not to be afraid to try, and not to be afraid of being unique, because the unique people are the ones who got remembered because of their unique interaction with the world and the unique footprints, the unique marks they leave in this world. So please be unique, and let's change the world together. I got so nervous that I forgot to tell you that my dream just came true. It's the first conference that I'm speaking, and it was just amazing. So if you would allow me, I will go into that corner after I will answer all your questions and take a picture, so I could remember this very unique moment. Thank you.
I'm struggling here. I'm about to lose it. Seriously, I've been on such a roller coaster of emotions listening to what you had to say, and even just that last bit there, I was like, oh gosh, you're gonna make me lose it. But what an inspiring person! You've sort of took us through the tech side of what you do, your family, some of the really dark times. It's been a pleasure listening to you. We heard about this fashion label, but didn't really hear about how it came to being. So have you turned from technology now into being a fashion designer?
I realized actually that the thing that I'm most passionate about is promoting people and ideas. And as I was in London, I had even from a younger age this dream of creating a clothing line. I'm not a fashion designer. But as soon as I came back to London, I met this amazing guy, and I said, why not? He was so passionate about it, and I said, I'm going to help you with the marketing, with everything, and now we are associates, and we're planning to launch this thing. So even
What's it called?
It's KDVR, and it stands from Karma, Devotement, Value, and Respect. So it's also a powerful combination of values that I think that are very, very important.
So we can look up KDVR and we'll come across them.
Yeah, it's KDVR clothing, and it's about to launch in 1 or 2 months.
That's so exciting.
But we only do like very, very weird looking.
When you said you were dressed as a clown, I was thinking, you know, you're not dressed as a clown. I think Kanye would love what you're wearing. It is very Kanye West, isn't it? Did we have any questions?
A really simple one. So much has happened, but how old are you?
22 years old. Still 22.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to take a picture now. I don't have my phone.
And we've got, are there any other questions? Alex has disappeared. Yeah, got another question here. Stay here, stay here.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for your inspiring speech. I really like the idea. I think it's unique. It's really, really, it's amazing idea. It's very important. And I just wonder, do you have any tips for us how to be unique?
I think I don't believe in any pre-established paths, and I don't think that there is a path to follow or something that somebody can teach you, and by doing that you land where you want. I think you'll probably end up with the majority of other people, and I really think that it comes from listening your voice and learning to trust yourself, and to really learn to begin to see the gifts in others and the gifts in yourself. And bottom line, you should always, no matter what you do, try to provide value and bring value to this world.
Thank you, that's great.
Okay, so this morning, I think our applause was louder. So we need to keep that up, because I know that you're still feeling equally as inspired, and actually probably more inspired, because all of these people that you've spoken to have filled you up. So let's give Alex a huge round of applause.